This stuff is so boring, it could put my grandma to sleep, but it makes me upwards of $1,000 per day in my early 20s, and it allows me to live the sort of life I had always dreamed of as a teenager. So yes, it's incredibly boring and it's not sexy, but it can get you to 10k per month fast. My goal with this video is to give you a proven step-by-step process so you too can make this happen as quickly as possible. And if you watch this video until the end and you share it with a friend, to thank you, when we get to 100,000 subs, I will be giving away $10,000. The most important thing, if you want to go from $0 to $10,000 per month as quickly as possible, is to pick the right business model. I will never say this enough, because I myself have been in the online space for I think about 11 years now, because I discovered you could make money online when I was only 11 years old. Because I personally grew up in a lower middle class family, I could see all the adults around me complaining about the price of everything, even basic things like the price of bread. My father was working as a nurse, my mother a nursing assistant. We barely ever went on vacation, we never explored other countries, we never did any of these fun activities because we simply couldn't afford it. And so while we were struggling, while my parents would always argue about chores and about bills and about money, at school I could see some rich kids, you know, living their life. They would get picked up in a brand new Porsche or the kinds of cars that costed more than my parents' house. Every year they would get the latest iPhone, while I remember at the time I didn't even have a phone, even though I had to commute for over an hour, so I had no way to contact my parents if anything were to happen. But every single day I had to spend hours in the crowded bus just to go to school, so I was miserable. But at least it made me realize if you had a lot of money in life, you would be living a pretty damn comfortable life, because I could see us struggling and I could see these kids having the time of their lives. And it's not like they were doing anything different than me, you know, they just had wealthy parents. But every single time the parents of these kids, they were typically business owners. At least the dad was like a CEO of a company or something, so they were making at least 6 figures per year. And so that really gave me like the ambition and the drive to do whatever it takes to build a profitable business and to set myself and my family free from the hell that's the lower middle class. Because when you're constantly limited because you lack money, because when all you do is just work a job to pay your bills, and you only get 2 weeks of vacations per year, but you can't even go to another country and explore because you're too broke to afford it, that's not a life. So I really felt like we were living half of a life. And so from a very young age, I took responsibility for my financial future and the financial future of my family, because I knew for a fact nobody was going to come in to save me. So I had to step up and to do what was necessary, because the truth is, if my parents had known what wealthy people know, then they would have been far more successful themselves, and we would have never had those problems in the first place. And when I was a teen and I learned my mother had gotten sick, I made her a promise. I promised her I would always be there to take care of my younger sister should anything happen. So obviously I couldn't fail, I couldn't let her down, it wasn't an option. But look, coming back to the main topic at hand, this is where I see so many beginners fuck everything up. They pick the wrong business opportunity, they invest thousands of dollars sometimes, but they lose everything because they're not working on the right thing. Because right now it doesn't matter how smart you are, how talented you are, how driven you are, if you're not going to be focusing your efforts and your resources on the right opportunity. Warren Buffett said it himself, it doesn't matter how hard you row, it matters what boat you're in. But to give you an example, the other day I was on a call with somebody who told me they wanted to do day trading, but if you look at the statistics, 90% of day traders lose money. So if I were you, I would stay the hell away from these kinds of things, because the likelihood of you losing all your money is extremely high, and then by the end of it, you've got nothing to show for. So if I were you, I would just focus on building a profitable business that makes me $10,000 per month. And then if you want to invest in more risky things, go ahead, you can invest maybe 20% of your income. But I see plenty of beginners, they want everything quick and easy, and they just think, oh, I'm going to invest all my savings into crypto and I'll be a millionaire just like that. But 99.9% of them, they never make a single cent back. So now we've covered like investments you should stay away from, at least as a beginner, but you should also stay away from physical product-based businesses. So in 2019-2020, I was still a broke high school student, but with one of my friends, we decided to start a dropshipping business. The thing is, in the end, we made one sale for $50 and we lost thousands of dollars. And I've spoken to so many people by now, hundreds of people, all the way from extremely successful entrepreneurs making tens of thousands of dollars per month to everyday people who wanted to start a profitable business so they could be financially free. And I've also spoken with people who ran profitable dropshipping businesses in the past, but while they were making lots of money in revenue, most of it wasn't even profit, because when you sell physical products, your profit margins are razor thin, typically between 5 to 20% of what you make. So it's nothing. So if you were to make $10,000 per month with a dropshipping business, first, good luck getting there, because it's a completely saturated industry, because everyone is reselling the same crappy overpriced AliExpress products. But let's say you were successful with it. Out of $10,000 you made, you would only keep $500 to $2,000 at the maximum. So it's nothing. So I can tell you, it's not until I started to sell services and coaching offers that I started to make some real serious money, tens of thousands of dollars, with most of it up to 98% being profit margins. So in full transparency, I've never seen a business model other than consulting, which is again to sell services or coaching offers, allow you to charge high ticket prices, so thousands of dollars per customers, and to on top of that have extremely high profit margins, up to 98%. Because at the end of the day, what matters, it's what you keep, it's not what you make. I'd much rather make $100,000, keep $100,000, as opposed to making $1 million, but I only keep, let's say, $50,000. Because you don't take your girlfriend or boyfriend out on a date with revenue. You don't buy the things that you want with revenue. You do that with profit after tax. But that's also why, to help you, I've recorded a free video in which I'm going to share with you everything I did step by step to make upwards of $1,000 per day with my own consulting business. And in that same video, I'm also going to share with you the only 3 things you need to focus on doing if you're serious about making money remotely. I will leave the link in the description below, or you can also directly apply to book a call with me or my team, and we'll see if we can help you. Spots fill up pretty fast, so make sure you go and book your call if you're interested. So now that you know which business opportunity to work on, it's time to commit to it for the next 6 to 12 months. What I see in plenty of beginners is that they have what's known as shiny object syndrome, meaning they're constantly jumping from one business opportunity to the next. So one day they're doing dropshipping, the next day they're doing Amazon FBA, and then the month after that they try SMMA, but because they never stick with anything long enough to see results, they always end up with $0 in their pocket, and of course they're disappointed. But anything worthwhile in life, it takes some time. If you wanted to order a brand new Mercedes, a brand new Rolls Royce, it would take you 6 months before you receive it. But technically speaking, a Toyota, it only takes about 13 hours in a factory until it's made. And I really understand if you yourself you're struggling with shiny object syndrome, because a few years ago I was exactly where you are right now. I had no idea of how to get started, which business model to pick, what steps to follow. I had no clear guidance, I had no clear structure to follow. But when you're able to pick a business model, preferably you sell services or coaching offers, you want to just remove all distractions and to become relentless with it. Getting to 10k per month has to become your new obsession. I know you're told that you can have balance in your life, but to be honest with you, when you're just getting started, you want to get your business off the ground. If you can put all your time, all your efforts, all your money, all your resources into your business, you will grow it so much faster than if you try to balance everything all at the same time. Because the time that you spend playing video games, watching Netflix, entertaining yourself, it's time that you could put into growing your business even faster. Now, I'm not saying that you can't enjoy yourself or never relax or never take any time off, because if you do that, you're going to burn yourself out. But what you can do typically is to work extremely hard 6 days a week, and then you give yourself a day off. So for me personally, I like to alternate between periods of grind mode and periods of relax mode. Currently, as I'm making this video, I'm in a period of grind mode, but very soon, in a couple days in fact, I'm going to enter a 10-day period of fun mode, meaning I'll take my foot off the gas a bit and I'll just take the time to breathe, and then I will go right back to a period of grind mode to grow the business even further. Because I could be complacent, I'm making decent money, but I want to take things further. I want to build a true legacy, so I'm not going to stop. And what I've found is that you are so much more productive when you follow these extreme phases of work and then you relax and you do anything you want guilt-free. Because if you try to work and at the same time you want to watch Netflix and go and have fun with your friends, it's like everything gets in the way and then you're never fully focused. Now, the next thing I'd like to share with you, if you want to go from 0 to 10k per month as quickly as possible, is that you want to invest as much as you can into your business. And by investing, I'm not speaking just about the financial aspect, I'm also speaking in terms of your time, in terms of how committed you are to actually make it happen. Because plenty of people talk the talk, they want to make 10k per month, you know, but they're just daydreamers, they take no action. And you could have the perfect plan on paper, but if you do nothing with it, you don't have a clear structure to follow, a clear proven step-by-step process to use, you're not going to go anywhere. And I see so many people, unfortunately, they have this brokey mindset. They want everything for free, no effort, no sacrifice, and they seriously hope that somehow they'll end up making $10,000 per month, which is literally top 1% income. They do what everybody else is doing, they avoid all the pain, all the suffering, all the sacrifices, they take no risk, and they seriously somehow think they'll make 10k per month, which is top 1%. People are so goddamn delusional, it's insane. I'm always gonna tell you it's possible, and especially if you follow a proven step-by-step process, you can get results very quickly. It doesn't have to take forever to start getting customers and to make money as long as you know what you're doing. But most people never even get to that point because they're too soft. They don't want to put in the work. And a few years ago, honestly, I had a brokey mindset because I was broke. So I was scared to spend money. I would hold on to every cent, every dollar, because growing up in the lower middle class, subconsciously that's what I was taught to do, because we never had enough. But the problem is that when you do this, you don't allow more money to come in your life. Right now, I spent thousands of dollars on my business. If I told you the amount, it would shock you, but that is what is required to take the next step and to move forward. Every time you want to reach a new level in life, you have to give up your current level. You can't expect to rise and attain the next level without giving up who you are right now. So every single time I spend money, I do so with the attitude that more will come back to me, and it's always been the case. And money is not meant to be something that you hold on to. That's also why we have inflation, to incentivize people and companies to not just hold on to money, but to spend it, to invest it, because money is meant to flow and to circulate. So if you block the flow of money, you can't attract money to you. I know it can sound a bit woo-woo to some people, but until you put it into practice, you might not really understand what I'm saying here. Now, the only thing standing between you and making 10k per month with your business, it's just the decision to commit to it. But if you are part of that minority of ambitious individuals who's committed to building a profitable business so you can become financially free, I invite you to check out the resources in the description below, or to directly apply to book a call with me or my team, and we'll see if we can help you to build your business. And with that being said, I'm waiting for you on the other side.